Alright guys, so I've got thought I'd do a quick video on small diameter like copper that I use as a fuel line on one of our trenchers. Usually copper isn't really used in for fuel or for a lot of things because copper can, from what my understanding, copper can become brittle. So a lot of times you'll see steel fuel lines, stainless. I think there's a mix like copper, nickel, all sorts of different stuff. And for the trencher, I really, I had to plumb in a new fuel pump. The old one's not supported. You can get rebuild kits. I don't have time right now to wait for a rebuild kit, so I just bought the next fuel pump that superseded it. So it wasn't just any random fuel pump. It was a fuel pump that, after, the next one that supersedes it. But it wouldn't mount up in the factory position. I'll see if I can post a video for that. And I thought about, the way it's going to have to mount up was I thought, I'll get some, 90, I'll get a barb 90, and that way I don't have this rubber fuel line running and dangling all over the place. And that didn't happen because they didn't, I could do, 3 different brass fittings, 2 barbs and an elbow, but then I'm talking, I need 2 of those, so I'm $30 in fittings. Well, I've got all the tools, and this copper's $10 a roll, so grab, a pack of hose clamps and, make some copper fuel line. So this is just for, I just got this at Home Depot. It's a 1/4 inch OD copper. It's annealed, obviously, because it comes in, a roll. I think it was like 10 feet for $10 or something. So it wasn't a bad deal compared to going through all the brass fittings. And so what I did is I did kind of like a bubble flare on it, I guess, or some iteration of like a bubble flare on it just for attention. You probably don't have to. But I'm just a little OCD. So, and give you an idea, this is an AN fitting off of from a fuel injection, or a Holly Sniper fuel injection, throttle body fuel injection kit that I bought for one of my other trucks. So, this runs 40-50 pounds. You run fuel injection clamps, and obviously it's hard to see, but it is actually a little bit bigger if we get up there. And you can see it's just got this kind of this I guess you call it bead in it. And you can buy tools to form the beads. So that was my idea. Like, I just want to make a, like a bubble flare or something to, hold it on so it doesn't blow off or get pulled on, whatever. Most times a small engine's not gonna be a problem, but we want to deal with the fire or fumes or priming problems. So to make the bubble flares, you can use a tool like this. Oops. You can use a tool like this. I don't know where their half is. It has kind of a part that'll sit on top, but you can rent somewhat similar to these from our Riley's, or borrow it for doing bubble flares and brake flares and stuff like that. But what I used was, I got my hand on it, is this Eastwood tool. I bought this, got some brake line work that I have to do on a 59, well, as the title says, my 59 cab over. So I've had this for a couple of years. The dies I'm using are just quarter, I think these were, 1/4 inch. You can see it there on the end. And so they sit in there, so all I'm doing is I'm just going to line this up. Yeah, it'll straighten some of itself out, so I'm not too worried about that. So what I'm going to do is line that up. I'm just going to kind of hold it in place. We'll drop our pin in, and then we're going to kind of let's back that out. We're going to line that up. I'm just going to tighten that down, and then if I can do it without knocking the camera free, so I'm going to get my lever. And this is how I did all my kind of what I call like a modified or whatever bubble flare. And you can see now that we've got this nice kind of like, like I said, it's not really a, compared to our AN fitting, it's not the nicest thing in the world, but for and all I was doing was just slipping a 1 inch long piece of rubber tubing over this, clamp it back here, and I was done. And in a couple of cases, these are really hard to pull off compared to some of the other barb stuff. So that's what I did. And I think this is a 45-degree flare. You can get the 37 die for these for doing like AN stuff. And then, yeah, but this one has all different operations, so we're just using op one. Like I said, got it flared. So, and the other one I want to talk about is obviously, you can hand bend this, so you can just kind of roll it out. You can get the straighteners for it. You can see a little kink there. The other thing you can do with this stuff, I guess I don't know what you really call it. It's like a spring forming tool, but it just helps kind of keep it. So if you're doing a tight 90 or something, you don't end up just kinking off the tubing. Found these. I think Ace Hardware sells them. This is just cheap. I think this OTC makes this, but a lot of companies make this. I think you can buy it at Harbor Freight, but it's got 3 different grooves for different size tubings. I think it's like quarter, 5/16, and I don't know what the other one is back there, but you can also use this for doing 90s for pulling it around. So combination of these two, sometimes this is better when you're already hooked up and you just want to slide this. You can slide this over, make your bends, straighten it out. So anyway, I kind of just go over what I did on that small engine to fix a fuel line without just running a whole bunch of rubber tubing.